Hello. If those of you who do not know us, we are Sara and Jason from Meta Lighthouse. We are co-founders of Meta Lighthouse along with scientists, and our mission is to create social change through empathy. I didn't mention that we're psychics working with scientists, but today we're going to do a weather report suite. It's an energy report based on the moon phase, and today is the new moon in Aries. So what does the new moon in Aries mean, Jason? Excuse me, I'm just looking for my notes. Today you'll find energetic support to your root chakra, your heart chakra, and your solar plexus. It should help you with physical stamina and also aid you with your intuition. This is a great day for your willpower. It's a great day for stamina and for conquering obstacles, things that have been in your way. It's an excellent day to triumph over behaviors that have been slowing you down, and a good day to face your addictions or any other oppositions or obstacles in your life. Do you have anything to add, Jason?
Yeah, it's just that the overall energy will definitely stimulate your root chakra and your solar plex, giving you a boost in your physical stamina and also your willpower. Also, we pulled a card for the day, and it's this Hangman card. And this card is a very very powerful card in reference to sometimes feeling like you can't move forward, you can't go backwards. And what the card is an indicator is that it's a good time to face fears, to face the inner parts of self. It's a card of spiritual growth. And what it shows in this particular deck is this man in a hanged position with this serpent facing his consciousness. And in this sacrificial position comes enlightenment. And in enlightenment becomes growth. So what the card means is that you could feel like you're in a state of limbo, but the limbo is basically so that you'll go inward and find the lessons or the growth to the lessons to push you forward. So this is an in-between time, and it's actually a very good time. The serpent also with this deck, with the green, symbolizes abundance and growth. So by facing your fears, facing your oppositions, whether self-imposed or otherwise, it produces growth like you wouldn't believe.
So in order to grow, though, it means that you have to sort of stand still in solitude and go within for self-examination. And this card is actually apropos for everyone in the world right now, because as we're all talking about the coronavirus, and we're all in a state of limbo. So I think maybe we should talk about this guidance that we were getting today about the virus and what it means for humanity. About 8 years ago, Jason and I, we've been channeling guidance from Aldebaran, and we were told that the supersonic bell was sounded and humanity was facing 7 years of tribulation. So here we are 8 years later in 2020, and there's this virus that's stopped pretty much everything happening on the planet. So what does this mean?
Well, part of it is it's actually a really good time to reflect on why this is happening. And it's important not to get caught up in the who's or the where's. Sometimes you'll hear in conspiracies it's these people, or it's China, or it's, whoever it is. More importantly, what it means is it coincides with the Hangman, and what it means as a humanity level, because it's affecting a world, is that it's like a timeout for humanity to really go inward, like the Hangman, and reevaluate where we are as a species. So it's actually orchestrated and designed and created, basically, not by this one or that one, but by all consciousness. It's allowing for us as a species to have a timeout. And what's being affected? Well, you have the monetary system being affected, the healthcare system being affected. our movements as a species coming and going being affected, which means these are the things we need to look at. We need to look at solution-oriented behavior and self-growth. So like the Hangman, in order for us to go forward, that's what we need to do. Now, if we feed into the fear aspects of this and we congregate in our minds over, how long is this going to take? Or, oh, it's a conspiracy, they're trying to kill us. All that does is slow the evolutional rate of progress. So the answer is, how long will this virus last? Well, that's up to us. If we're going inward and we're promoting peace and looking at our own inner works, correcting our own behaviors, and coming back at this, the reduced time of this will go down. If we stay in fear modes and we show behaviors such as hoarding toilet items and food and things like that, you're just perpetuating a fear-based energy, which keeps us stalled. And here's the other news, is that if we, it's just going to be something else if we don't do this. It will be another virus in a year, or this is what's contributing to the fires that are going on all over the place and different things that the world's doing. It's nothing but us as a species creating these things to really slow us down. So that was one of the messages that we had gotten earlier today.
So this is a great time, and I've seen a lot of people doing it. It's a great time for empathy. It's a great time to reach out to our fellow man, whether they're your neighbor down the street or someone in your family. Show your love light. This is what is asked of us today. And so if we look at this as a reset, let's take advantage of it and try to keep our thoughts positive and optimistic and loving towards one another. Jason was talking about hoarding and that sort of thing. And I know people are afraid. They're afraid of being stranded or going hungry. But if you are choosing self-preservation at another person's demise, in other words, hoarding so much that other people aren't able to get those things, then that's just perpetuating the ill that Jason was speaking about. So it's actually a frequency change happening right now. So we had been living with a frequency of greed, hatred, separation, division. So let's take this opportunity to change the frequency to love and collaboration and peace and compassion for one another. So what else can we say about that? I mean, we talk about self-examination too here. So we look within at our own behaviors, but our behaviors as a species. And what can we do as a species to correct this? We look at ourselves like one body. Here we are as individuals in a body, but the human race is one body. So if there's one suffering, we're all suffering.
And to remember that it's also proven that science has proven that thoughts and words become things and can influence vibration. And essentially in your DNA and your aura, you're susceptible to frequency, all kinds of frequencies. So with that said, we want to put out the best frequencies that we can. And by denoting fear and replacing it with trust and hope and love, will get us back to work and back to operating in a society and in a humanity that's positive. So it's actually a good thing that this is happening. It's sad that it takes these kind of things to slow us down on a global sense, but really when you look at it, it's orchestrating in a big picture so that all of us can become more loving, more universal, more kind, and come back at this situation with positive energy. So the message is basically don't give in to fear, don't give in to hype. Who cares in the conspiracy world whether it's people say it's this guy, it's this company, it's this or that, and I won't name them because it doesn't matter. It has to do with a collective as a whole. If it's not this virus, it's going to be something else, like it was the fires in California, or, a natural disaster, or, it's going to be something else, because it's the universe, it's us telling us as a species, we have to rectify, we have to change, we have to grow, we have to change the economic system, we have to change the transportation system, go more towards free energy, never mind green energy. Let's go beyond that, and put out positive vibrations. Spend time sending loving thoughts to your neighbors, your family, your friends. This is the secret to getting us out of this mess faster. It's not going to be your politician or your government or some test that you have to take. That's all part of the fear curriculum. Surrendering your power to have someone else fix it for you. They don't know any better than you. So if you can tune into your own vibration, project peace, project love, project balance, you'll find that we might get out of this in as soon as a month. If we're still in this in 6 months, then we're still as a species going through turmoil, inner hatred, and still living in a fear-based ideology. So it's really up to us. I'd like to go out and hang out with you guys as soon as possible. So think the good thoughts.
Thank you, Jason.
And thank you, Nick and Lauren. Very nice to see you here.
So maybe we should continue with the weather report suite. So we talked about the Hangman card and how relevant that is today. And we've been using the tarot art from a friend of ours, Melissa Moline. I'll put a link to her website here after we're done. She has incredible tarot cards, and we'll be offering them on our website soon as well.
Yes, she's very gifted, extremely.
So in this new moon in Aries, you want to choose colors that are reminiscent of the deep ocean and tranquil colors. Dark as well. So think deep violet, deep blue, with accents of silver or starlight. And the stones for today are also celestial in nature, and they're clear quartz, amethyst, citrine. There were a couple of others, if you give me a second, amber and calcite. And so as the new moon assists in any new endeavors that you're going to be taking on, these stones will give you the intuitive advantage. So it's great to just carry them in your pocket or wear as jewelry. And we love to do this weather report every few days to give people the leverage when they're going out into the world to be stronger and take advantage of the energy that's out there. Unfortunately, the energy is very rough right now because of all the fear. When everybody is having fearful thoughts in the world, we, especially as empaths, pick up on those thoughts. So we tend to give into it a little bit more than we should. So try to limit the time that you spend watching the news or thinking about the virus, and spend time obviously with the people in your home that you're spending your time with, but also go within and meditate on what you want to see happen in your life during this moon cycle or during this time of being quarantined. Maybe you want to take up an art project or something else constructive.
And just also remember that the Aries new moon, it's good to think of new projects, and this is the day where you can triumph and have victorious success over people that struggle with depression or anxiety or addictions or self-imposed behaviors that are difficult or difficult from adversaries or others. This is the day where if you take the bull by the horn and you move forward in the physical sense, you'll find success.
Well, thank you everyone for joining us today. We'll be back on Wednesday, same time, same place. We look forward to seeing you then. Take care.